Hello students, how are you all doing? I hope you all are doing good. In today's video, which is a continuation of the chapter Life Processes in Living Organisms Part 2, we are going to talk about reproduction and modern technology. In all our previous videos, we have studied how reproduction takes place in plants and human beings. In today's video, we are going to focus on what if people have problem in their reproductive system and how we can correct them and how we can overcome such problems. Many couples have problem of conceiving, right? Because of various reasons. If we see in women, the reasons are irregularity in menstrual cycle, difficulties in oocyte production, that is egg cell is not produced properly, or their oviducts are blocked, which makes it difficult for the sperms or ovum to move and fertilize. Then difficulties in implantation of the embryo in the uterus, or many other reasons. Whereas in case of male, sometimes in the semen sperms are absent, maybe because of certain ducts are blocked, that is why, or the sperms cannot move at the required pace, or sometimes the sperms show anomalies, right? So these are the reasons for the male to have defects in the reproductive system. But now, with the help of advanced medical techniques, like IVF, surrogacy, sperm bank. With the help of such techniques, a childless couple can have a child. Now let's see what's the first technique. This is IVF, which is a short form of in vitro fertilization. In vitro means something which is conducted in the artificial conditions or in the lab, that is called as in vitro. And fertilization is the process of fusion of two gametes, egg and sperm. So basically what we are doing in this technique is letting the fertilization take place in the lab or in the artificial conditions. Now here the fertilization is brought about in the test tube. Embryo which is formed is implanted in the uterus of a woman at proper time. This technique is used for having the child in case of those childless couples who have problems like less sperm count, obstacles in oviduct, etc. Right? As you can see in the diagram, that ovum is being fertilized wherein the sperms is being introduced through the micro needle. Right? I hope you understood this well. Now moving on to the next technique, that is surrogacy. Now this technique is helpful for the people having problem in implantation of embryo in the uterus. Such women can take help of modern remedial technique which is called as surrogacy. In this technique, oocyte is collected from the women having problem in implantation, right? Oocyte is fertilized in the test tube just like we did in vitro fertilization with the help of sperms collected from her husband. The embryo thus formed from such fertilization is implanted in the uterus of some other woman having normal uterus who has no problem for implanting the embryo. Followed? Such a woman in whose uterus the embryo is implanted is called as surrogate mother. Followed? Now as you can see in the picture, there is shown intended parents, means whose egg cell and whose sperm is taken and fertilized. The embryo is formed and it is put in the gestational carrier, means the surrogate mother, right? And this leads to the development of a whole new baby. This is again a remedial modern technique which is called as surrogacy. Followed? Moving on to the next topic, that is sperm bank or semen bank. Now as we already talked that males can have problem of low sperm counts, anomalies in the sperm, or the sperm movement is not there proper. So in such cases we have introduced a sperm bank or semen bank, right? Now this is just like a blood bank where if you need blood you go and collect blood from the blood bank. Here if a person has any problem in the reproductive system, the person can collect semen from there, right? Now what is done is semen being ejaculated by the desired man is collected after their thorough medical and physical checkup and it is stored in the sperm bank. As per the wish of needful couple, oocyte of the woman of the concerned couple is fertilized by IVF technique, that is in vitro fertilization, using the semen from sperm bank. Resultant embryo, which is formed after the IVF, is implanted in the uterus of same woman. Followed? Because here there is no problem with the woman, the problem is with the male. Name of the sperm donor of course will be kept as a secret as it is in the law. So this is the concept of sperm bank. Followed? Moving on to the next topic, that is twins. Now in normal cases only one egg cell is released from one ovary and that is fertilized and it leads to the formation of one baby. In some cases two embryos will develop simultaneously in the same uterus because there were two egg cells which were formed and both of them were fertilized also. So there will be two embryos and thus two new offsprings are delivered simultaneously. Such offsprings are called as twins. There are two main types of twins, that is monozygotic twins and dizygotic twins, right? As the name itself suggests, that the monozygotic twins, they are formed from single embryo. Can you please see in the diagram? The embryo which is formed is only one, right? Then during early period of embryonic development, that is within 8 days of zygote formation, cells of the embryo divide into two groups. These two groups will develop as two separate embryos, and thus monozygotic twins are formed. One embryo divides into two different group of cells and forms two individuals. Followed, that is why they are called as monozygotic twins. Such twins, of course, will be genetically exactly similar to each other. Due to this, such twins are exactly similar in their appearance and their gender is also same. That is, both will either be girls or boys. Followed, students, in case of monozygotic twins, if embryonic cells are divided into two groups after 8 days of zygote formation, there is high possibility of formation of conjoined twins, means they will be stick together. That is called as Siamese twins. Followed, such twins are born with some parts of the body joined to each other, and some organs are common in such twins, means they will share the organs. Maybe they have the same head or something like that, right? This is about the monozygotic twins. Moving on to the next, that is dizygotic twins. Occasionally, two oocytes are released from the ovary of woman, and both oocytes are fertilized by two separate sperms, and that is why leading to the formation of two different zygotes. Followed, two embryos are formed from those two zygotes, and both of those embryos are separately implanted in uterus, and thus dizygotic twins are delivered after complete development. Such twins are genetically different because two egg cells and two sperms. So unlike monozygotic, here they will be genetically different, right? And may be same of different by gender. Maybe they may be same or they may be different. Whereas in case of monozygotic, they will either be only girls or be boys. Followed, I hope I am clear with both the topics. Now moving on to the next topic, that is reproductive health. Now this is very important. A person's state of being physical, mental and social strongness is called as health, right? Now we seem to lack, especially in our country, we seem to lack awareness regarding reproductive health because people are not, so frankly talking about this particular topic. It is still a social stigma, right? So maybe because of their social customs or their traditions, or maybe because they are not so educated, or because they shy away from such topics, reproductive health is at stake. Now, people are not even bothered about looking into the reproductive health of a woman, right? Which is, of course, a very important topic. Now, here, as you can see, occurrence of menstrual cycle is related with reproductive and overall health of women. So it is very important to pay attention to this particular topic. Bleeding occurs during menstrual cycle. Due to this, the private organs, that is the genitals, the area near the vagina and the vagina uterus itself, need to be maintained clean all the time. Otherwise, problems regarding reproductive health may arise. The women may face problem of infections like fungal infections or urinary tract infection or maybe reproductive tract infection, right? Some problems regarding reproductive health may arise in men too. It is essential to maintain cleanliness of their genitals too, right? So we need to be careful about the reproductive health, and if people face problem, they should talk to someone who is really close, maybe in the family, or may go for counseling, or may go for a gynec, you know. So all such things you should be aware of. Now, sexually transmitted diseases. What diseases can be transferred by having or just during the process of copulation? So what care we need to take, right? Among the various sexual diseases, syphilis and gonorrhea occur on large scale. Both of these diseases are caused by bacteria, right? Now, what are the symptoms of syphilis? Occurrence of patches on various part of body including the genitals. So you need to be careful, be carefully watch your body. If you have any such thing, you should immediately go to the doctor. Fever, rashes, inflammation of joints, alopecia, all such are the symptoms of syphilis. And in gonorrhea, we feel the painful and burning sensation during urination, oozing of pus through penis or vagina, inflammation of urinary tract, anus, throat, eyes, etc. So these are the symptoms of gonorrhea, right? Now most of the people are not aware that there exist such diseases which can be sexually transmitted. So they are not aware if they have some such diseases, so they can take care of their partners and all. But because it is not talked about much, now we need to break this stigma, and there is no problem in talking about such diseases or reproductive health. I hope this particular chapter is clear to everyone. This is the end of chapter 3, life processes in living organisms, part 2, right? So all the topics we have covered, and I hope you have understood all the topics well, right? So thank you students for watching the video.